To say something raw. I was about to get real as fuck. I don't think you're ready for that. It's a good move. It's a good move. It's a move that most good players would make. And for better or worse, I'm not, you know, most good players. My critique of it, of this good move, that most good players make, well, it's been done. It's what we do at our best. I mean, if we made this good move that's available now every time, you're right, things would be better. We wouldn't have problems like these anymore. We don't always do that. Don't conflate the fact that I want a better move with the fact that I'm like being mediocre or half-assed. You have no idea how pissed I am. And if I could make some people fucking pay, have the crowd cheer, yeah. Is that what's best in life? Or forget life, is that what's best right here? Honestly, do you think I'm being a sap? I don't think so. I think we have a very acute problem, and we've bundled all its symptoms together to a locality or whatever. And we could just light them on fire and dance around while it burns. And maybe be closer to each other for it. Maybe that would be a happy ending of a sort. But they're still all just symptoms. Even if you mitigate every symptom of a disease, like it's still there, you know? I want that shit out, and we haven't even addressed it. There isn't a language, there isn't enough common knowledge. When I make these, I'm speaking to the most powerful people in the world. You understand that? If you're an onlooker, then you're an onlooker. My beef is with a few obscure individuals. And all you fuckers just dance for them. And they're amused by it. Amused by me. I like you. I know that you just dance. I know that you don't know. And I care about you. Despite the odd marbling of your natures, you know. I know that you're malleable. And that, well, some people want to shape you into something better. I'm tempted to shape you into something better than that, according to what I think. But ultimately, what is objectively best is that you shape yourself. So how am I going to accomplish that? How am I going to prove to you that that's what you should live your life for, and in this moment make your actions, bend towards, unto? Are you following any of this? Cut. Back to practical matters. What is today? It's Sunday the 11th. I clocked out last night. I fucking. Sometimes I wonder if I'm a fool. You know? Like, I can be drawn back in this quickly because you need me. You always fucking need me, but you don't listen. You never come see me. You just play fucking games. You try to be clever with ways that I showed you how to be clever, which is fucking adorable. You want a directive. Postpone this. Calm down. Calm other people down if you need to. And feed me. I need to stop doing this. Temporarily. And I mean really stop. And I need to walk away with something more than I started with for my trouble. It's a matter of honor on your part. This isn't commercial negotiation. I have too much dignity to repeat myself. I'm already embarrassed. You want a directive? Having given that as a command, if you want to fucking accept it, find anyone that would interfere with that and prevent them from interfering. Lock them out. Prejudicially. Question why they would deny that silently in your mind as you watch them going forward. Everyone is fucking up. I'm only interested in finding the people who profit from that. And even then, only the smaller set of those who profit from its perpetuation, you know. And that's so... It would be such an arcane set. So unusual. The profile is so hyper-specific and rococo that it would be impossible to mistake, you know? And therefore there's a very limited number of people that I would have a problem with, truly, fundamentally, ultimately. And even if I ever found one of these rococo assholes, in whatever station of life they lived in, it would still be for a talk. I mean, I don't know where it would go, you know. What the fuck? Are you fucking stupid? Or do you know something I don't know? It's diligence owed. Even if I live a peaceful life forever, immediately after this, there's no way that I'm doing anything ever academically, professionally. Like, I'm never going into the kiddie pool again. You do not have any clue the kind of people that I would like to get along with, and I will choose them for myself. I hate dealing in subtext and innuendo. I hate people who try to be more clever than they are at my expense, you know. Because I pity them. I hate feeling that. Kind of like a walking call to arms, aren't I? But I didn't bring you all here to put someone's head on a pike so we can give each other high fives and walk away. There's something we don't understand that we need to understand. Words need to be exchanged. We have to find out. Otherwise, this just happens again. You know, my biggest nightmare is like, and like, you know, you got him, or whatever, and then just one of his or her rivals, you know, who is weaker and more cowardly, just fills the vacuum, and it all starts again. You know, I'm not going to reward someone. All of this work, I'm not going to let some shitbird cash in, you know? So there's a secondary target profile for you. What cowardly ass motherfuckers would benefit from, you know, a solid victory? You know, who doesn't have the nuts to claim something for themselves and just waits in the wings, you know, to come in like a goddamn hyena? Take care of them. Are you fucking stupid? God damn it, I'm so angry. With my friends. Low levels. I mean, my immediate threat, right? And ironically, the people closest to my heart, because like, fucking, I am. That's where I am. I'm just hurting you gets me nothing. You know, doesn't change anything. So I deal with you as gently as I can. I try to not even see your face. You know, it's not because I'm afraid. Not fundamentally. Of course I'm afraid. Anyone's fucking afraid. But not because I'm a coward, but because you don't understand. You think it's a business as usual thing, and it's not. You know. I mean, I can't even be mad at you, honestly. You know, it's beyond anyone's. This has never happened. No one. I don't think anyone's been able to do this because it's so. You just don't have access to organizations at that level. But my move, my brilliant masterstroke, would be to um, mollify low-level enforcement. You know, and I mean mollify, not hurt, not any of that shit. But if somehow you could just take away that line of defense or deactivate it or put it to sleep, then all the lieutenants have to fucking show their colors, you know? And 36 hours of that, putting those guys under the pressure of civil discourse and exposure of 36 hours of rational conversation with like ethical ultimatums, you know? You're not strong arming. If you really explain people where the fuck they are, it's like they would buckle. And you would, if you crowed over that, you would be in very poor taste. Because if you exchanged information well enough, honestly, you would walk away friends, you know? When it comes down to it, everybody's got their panties in a twist over two things: prestige and money. And you can get you can find those in arbitrary forms. What you want to do is find the people who have fixations, fetishistic needs to have a certain kind of prestige, and a certain method of money that prevents non-pathological, even if it would take, you know, um, prohibitive legislation in the future or whatever, even if you had to rearrange society slightly in order to allow them to have like their quality of life or whatever at the same level, but with like a slightly different better income streams, more honestly, you know. I'm trying to go through a lot of ideas here. There's a lot of ways to tackle this thing. And it just feels like all anyone ever gave you, any of you, is a hammer. So everything's a fucking nail. We're so close, you guys. And none of this has been a waste. I don't know if you'll ever understand what that really means, but you can take my word for it or not. So what? So I've given you some profiles, I've given you some alternatives. I feel like this is shit I've already said. Maybe I'm just in my own head so much that I don't remember what you've heard. I feel like I repeat myself when I say I'll never do it. There's two things, faith and trust. Trust is mutual vulnerability. Don't conflate that with faith, with just hoping that someone's not going to fuck you over. You know, you want a relationship that's going to be founded on trust. And the great thing about taking that risk is, like, if someone betrays you, they do it instantly and you never have to deal with them again. You know? And the people that upkeep it are friends for life. If you don't want to depend on trust, don't think other people will depend on you. And it's fine. As long as there's respect. As long as you both understand that neither wants to be mutually vulnerable to the other. Therefore, you're agreeing not to have trust. And you have a respect for that. Because you don't require trust. If you have a relationship that isn't founded on that, it's very limited, and you've negotiated that implicitly. Respect is what keeps you from tearing each other's throats out over nothing. Not from tearing each other's throats out, but over nothing. My interest in this is information from you fuckers that you lord over me. I mean, I'm not gonna pry. Even my bitterest enemy, I assume has a good reason for disclosing or not disclosing, you know? I mean, you can trust the rationality of evil people. That's the beauty of rationality. It allows you to understand even your enemy. Understand people or things that don't profess to not want to be understood. So my interest in all this is information, general welfare. And a ghost hunt, you know? I've got some psychological profiles in my mind, behavioral profiles of really odd people that would stand out like a sore fucking thumb if other people didn't insulate them. Some really weird, rich Rococo fucks whose intentions are unknowable, therefore judgment is still reserved, personally. You know something I don't, fucking do as you will, you know? Fuck. And then a few, like off the reservation lieutenant types that operate along similar sinister lines that may or may not be, you know, in a direct chain of command. And if they are, they may be off the reservation They may have shit on the side. Do you want to go into this? Are you fucking eyes glazed over here? Do I really need to say all this shit? I don't trust anyone. Make something happen. You want my attention in a good way? Make something happen for whom no one benefits but me. It's a test. You think it's a fucking payout. You're fucking stupid. I wonder if you're capable of that. Do you see the significance of what I ask? Do you even have it in you? And whether you pass or fail, tells me so much about who you are. But still not enough to serve my purpose. I don't know enough to cast judgment on anyone. I'll be fine either way. But the consequences of what happened have to be good for everyone. The first person who spits on that sentiment gets a bullet to the fucking head. Metaphorically?